When it comes to weight loss, no two people are the same. That's why Noom builds personalized plans based on your unique psychology and biology. Take Brittany. After years of unsustainable diets, Noom helped her lose 20 pounds and keep it off.
I was definitely in a yo-yo cycle for years of just losing weight, gaining weight, and it was exhausting.
And Stephanie. She's a former D1 athlete who knew she couldn't outtrain her diet, and she lost 38 pounds.
My relationship to food before Noom was never consistent.
And Evan, he can't stand salads, but he still lost 50 pounds with Noom.
I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. Even through the pickiness, Noom taught me that building better habits builds a healthier lifestyle. I'm not doing this to get to a number. I'm doing this to feel better.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom users compensated to provide their story. In 4 weeks, the typical Noom user can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results may vary.
On today's Smart 7, Donald Trump set for victory in US election, Labour back down on beer garden smoking ban, and lots more. It's World Paper Free Day, and happy birthday, Emma Stone.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Tuesday saw America head to the polls to make a choice between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Polling showed the convicted felon and former president deadlocked with the current Vice President Harris, with all eyes on voter turnout in one of the tightest races in decades. In the end, Trump performed strongly, beating his numbers in 2020 and looks set to win the popular vote. Republicans also won the Senate, flipping 2 crucial seats in Ohio and West Virginia, while Ted Cruz retained his seat in Texas. Key swing states, including Georgia, North Carolina and Pennsylvania, all went to Trump, which was enough to see him over the line. Republican commentator David Urban says Trump's message appealed to a broad range of voters.
Over half of America feels very strongly about the things that Donald Trump feels strongly about, right? A secure border, the economy, crime. It might not be a perfect messenger, but the message resonates.
New Tory leader Kemi introduced her full shadow cabinet on Tuesday. She says it's a team that's been picked based on meritocracy and draws on talents across the Tory party. There were plenty of familiar faces, including leadership rivals Robert Jenrick, Mel Stride and Priti Patel. Patel is Shadow Foreign Secretary, while Stride is Shadow Chancellor, with the other big job of Shadow Home Secretary going to Kemi ally Chris Philip. Jenrick's appointment as Shadow Justice Minister and the leaks around it hinted that the Tory infighting may not be over, but he was giving Labour both barrels in the Commons on Tuesday afternoon over the early release scheme.
Can I belatedly congratulate the front bench on their appointments? I've been a little busy over the summer. But during that time, the only group this Labour government's popularity has increased with is criminals.
The ghost of Tory spending may also return to haunt Badenoch, as Richard Hughes from the Office of Budgetary Responsibility testified on the existence of a spending black hole in front of the Treasury Select Committee.
There were about £9.5 billion worth of net pressure on departments' budgets, which they did not disclose to us as part of our usual budget preparation process, which under the law and under the Act they should have done.
There was good news for Nigel Farage on Tuesday, as the government confirmed they are not planning to ban smoking in beer gardens or outside pubs and restaurants. They will go ahead with plans to ban smoking outside schools and hospitals, while also cracking down on advertising of vapes and restricting the numbers and types of flavours available. The plan to gradually ban smoking by raising the legal age each year is also still on the table when the bill comes before Parliament next week. Health Secretary Wes Streeting says it's not just a matter of public health, it's the fact that smoking-related illnesses also create additional strain on the National Health Service.
Smoking remains one of the biggest killers in our country. 1 in 4 cancer deaths are as a direct result of smoking. 80,000 people dying each year. The cost to the NHS and the wider economy is enormous.
The Post Office compensation inquiry was in session on Tuesday, and it heard from the man who became the face of the scandal, Sir Alan Bates. He was calling for firm deadlines for the payout of compensation to the sub-postmasters caught up in the Horizon IT scandal. The campaigner had high hopes that the new Labour government would move quickly on the compensation after months of Tory time wasting, but it was only last week's budget that finally saw funding put aside for those affected. The Prime Minister's office responded on Tuesday night, warning that they can't commit to arbitrary deadlines and that almost £500 million have already been paid off. But Sir Alan says Keir Starmer has ghosted him.
I wrote to the Prime Minister about a month ago, and I said that it should be finished, it needs to be finished by the end of March 2025, and we asked for his help in setting this deadline. I never received a response.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Man United's new boss faces off with Pep, and Billy Zane is going to be the godfather. Right after this.
When it comes to weight loss, no two people are the same. That's why Noom builds personalized plans based on your unique psychology and biology. Take Brittany. After years of unsustainable diets, Noom helped her lose 20 pounds and keep it off.
I was definitely in a yo-yo cycle for years of just losing weight, gaining weight, and it was exhausting.
And Stephanie. She's a former D1 athlete who knew she couldn't outtrain her diet, and she lost 38 pounds.
My relationship to food before Noom was never consistent.
And Evan, he can't stand salads, but he still lost 50 pounds with Noom.
I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. Even through the pickiness, Noom taught me that building better habits builds a healthier lifestyle. I'm not doing this to get to a number. I'm doing this to feel better.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom users compensated to provide their story. In 4 weeks, the typical Noom user can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results may vary.
Welcome back. Tuesday night saw more Champions League action as the new format rumbles on, with different teams going head-to-head each week. Liverpool faced Leverkusen and had a comfortable 4-0 win, while Celtic got a 3-1 win against RB Leipzig. But all eyes were on the match between new Man United boss Ruben Amorim and current Man City boss Pep Guardiola. Man City travelled to Portugal to go head-to-head with Sporting CB, with Man United fans hoping their new manager could pull off a shock win. And that's exactly what he did, as Sporting beat City 4-1 with a hat-trick from Victor Gyökeres.
At the moment, but I believe a lot in my newest club, and we will start from a low level. Maybe I can say that, and we will improve the team, the club, so let's see.
It may only be the 6th of November, but Louis Theroux's already finished up for Christmas. He's just wrapped season 3 of the Louis Theroux podcast, and before he headed off to put up his tree, he caught up with Irish Hollywood sensation Barry Keoghan. Baz has had an extraordinary run with a BAFTA award for Best Supporting Actor and an Oscar nomination, followed by a spot of viral nudity in Saltburn. He told Louis that he's actually super fit, although I'm not sure what kind of blood test they did to prove it.
Always work out, always start the day. I ran this morning. And
did you?
Yeah.
You're really healthy. You're leading a healthy lifestyle.
I am. We done a test on me, actually. The doctors and that, we done a blood test, and they said I have the body of an athlete. Yeah, just saying.
Is it just me, or is a headline that says Billy Zane is unrecognisable a little too on the nose? The full headline reads, unrecognisable as Marlon Brando, and the Titanic star has found a new lease of life in the biopic Waltzing with Brando. And if when I say Marlon Brando, you're picturing the iconic scene from The Godfather in which he's wearing the tux, then you're on the money. The movie traces Brando's life from 1969 to 1974, during which time he filmed The Godfather and also Last Tango in Paris. But this movie focuses on his time on a tiny Tahitian island he bought after making Mutiny on the Bounty. The biopic is due for release in 2025.
I own an island nearby. It's more beautiful than words can describe, and I want to move there.
An island with no potable water.
Working on a process to bring clean, drinkable water to the island. Made from my own urine.
Or food source, or electricity.
Eels.
Eels.
Electric eels.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
88% of the workweek is spent communicating, so it's important your team does it well. Enter Grammarly. Grammarly's AI helps teams communicate clearly the first time. It shows you how to make words resonate with your audience, helps with brainstorming, and lets you instantly create and revise drafts in just one click. Join over 70,000 teams and 30 million people who use Grammarly to move work forward. Go to Grammarly.com/enterprise to learn more. Grammarly. Enterprise-ready AI.